Alright, so this one was recommended as a transition between GoAnimate and Reddit. Worst temper tantrums you've seen r/AskReddit. I think this is a parody based on the comments, which I probably shouldn't have read beforehand because spoilers, but I can't help myself, I suppose. I'm thinking I think I mentioned this before briefly in one video. I'm thinking of adding, if not on this channel, a series where I do like those Reddit readings, kind of like Mark narrations, where like they read the story, they give their feedback on it, and they base it, and then they review comments. And I'd kind of just go whether or not I agree with the comments. So I'd maybe add that section, because Reddit definitely, sometimes the mentality on there is like, what the heck are you guys thinking? Like, just sometimes they have no empathy and they just run reasonably hard on people, and it's like, dude, do you not get it? You just don't get it. Oh well. I'm definitely thinking of that, but I guess we got to start somewhere. Not Grace 2.0. That's a ad that I probably should have skipped, but oh well. But yeah, as usual, link to my Patreon's in the description. Please consider pledging if you want to get a shout. If you want to support me and get a nice little shout out in the beginning of the video. Anyways, let's get going.
Hi, I'm John Valet, and today I'm going to talk to you about
r/AskReddit. What are some?
Oh look, it's the guy, it's the voice, it's Skensoft Daniel.
Some of the most abhorrent displays of temper tantrums you've ever witnessed in public?
Oh my fucking god. Where do
Yep.
I even begin? Should be noted that this wasn't in public, but it involved my own son, so whatever, it counts.
And if you don't believe me, I will get you with weapons from my wall of weapons.
We were having ribeye steaks for dinner, and mind you, he'd never complained about this meal before. Everything changed on this fateful night when—
This fateful night, huh? This was on that fateful night, the last night of our country's independence before the attack of the Fire Nation. Like, I love how he says that.
He insisted we have pizza instead, even after telling him to shut the fuck up.
I would.
He launches his plate and shatters a window, so I promptly take the son of a bitch to his room and beat his ass.
Yeah, if I saw someone say that, I'd definitely report them. I know this is fake, but, like, I know it's meant to be parody, too, but, like, Boris just showing his likability, and by likability, I mean complete lack thereof already.
10 out of 10 would do again.
I believe you, you psychopath.
Took my kid to Chuck E. Cheese this one time. Friend of ours was hosting a birthday party. Evidently there was a family in attendance under the impression that they had the birthday venue booked, only to have a rude awakening upon realizing they fucked up and actually booked it at an establishment over 2 hours away. From there, everything went to shit. The dad furiously argued with staff over the affair, while their bratty kid sat at a table, fuming, equally livid. It wasn't long before Chucky himself made his debut.
Oh yeah, Chucky's the manager. What the fuck is going on here?
Striding out of the kitchen on his way to the stage, when this little bugger went ballistic and fucking bit him hard. I don't.
Reminds me, I was kind of a menace to Chucky when I was young. There was like one time, like I was apparently there's video of me shoving balloons in his face when he's trying to do his work. Like, I was just a little kid, I didn't understand it, but like, that's just like, wow. I definitely was a menace when I was a kid. There was one time, there's a video of me at like some piñata, and I'm like, well, I had one sucker and I wanted two, so I took one from another kid. Wow, just wow.
I don't mean the childish nibble like kids are prone to doing. I mean like, hyper good suck levels of flesh clenching. Just watching would be enough to make one physically cringe.
Describing it's enough to make me physically cringe. And Noir here, who's on my lap, but is not saying anything today.
I mean, I sure was more than repulsed. Chucky visibly bled and flailed helplessly with this kid cemented to his arm. Party guests and other onlookers gawked. Kids started bawling. 911 is called, and before long, we vacated the restaurant. As we pulled out, my wife was reconfiguring some backup plans with our friends. And sure enough, we weren't even a quarter mile out when we passed by an ambulance.
Jeez.
Complete and utter shit show. And of course, this type of fiasco always goes down at a place like Chuck E. Cheese.
Back when it was still open.
Me. Legend has it, the kid is still attached to Chucky's arm to this very day.
Yeah, that is something people on Reddit would comment.
I see a few Honor kids every now and then in Walmart.
Nice reference to that potential subliminal message in Super Mario Galaxy.
But this one easily takes the cake. By far, the most severe and vivid outburst I had the misfortune of listening to was at a hospital delivery ward of all places. Just the other day, my wife was in labor with our firstborn daughter, but from my room, I could hear the audible screeches of a little boy who apparently was more than dissatisfied with the prospect of having a baby sister and not a brother.
Let me guess, he called the baby stupid.
Things only escalated more when he started throwing the furniture around. He was quickly berated by his parents, but in his defense, they weren't much better themselves.
I think I know who you're talking about, and yeah, I would think that they're not better themselves. They're worse, because where does he get it from?
I don't like to be presumptuous, but it really didn't seem like a very healthy family dynamic in general.
Again, if we're talking about who I think it is, that's a bit of an understatement.
From what I gathered later, it ended with him getting kicked out of the room when he went over to a vending machine and beat the ever-loving Christ out of it.
I want my candy bar, I want my candy bar, I want my candy bar, oh.
Weird flex, but okay. I wish him and his folks the best, but yeesh, that was rough.
Worked part-time as a pool lifeguard not too long ago. Funny enough,
Get the hassle off my ass, that's clever.
Didn't even work this day. What you're about to hear is more or less a second-hand source. It was a seemingly uneventful day when my bro, let's call him Donovan, played witness to a dubious exchange between two grade school kids. The older one was giving this little guy a lecture on how being submerged for long enough would cause his balls to turn the same color as the water he was in.
Why are grade school kids? I don't know.
After warning him of blue balls, this kid turned around and did the one thing he assumed would correct the predicament. Yep. Soon a cloud of yellow formed around him. His solution to sustaining Caucasian gonads was piss. Beautiful.
The voice for the Quaker queer would talk about piss.
Everyone immediately noticed, particularly the instigator of the crime, backing away screaming WTF, not having expected his ploy to actually go anywhere. The little one splashed water in his face to protect him from the evil blue ball mongering sea devils beneath, which only led to himself getting slugged. An all-out cat fight ensued, and Donovan of course had to break it up and called everyone out of the grossly contaminated waters. Once everyone was out, it looked like someone dumped an inkjet printer into the pool.
As I waited.
Oh jeez! What the... How much pee does a little kid have to visibly change the color of the pool, man?
In line for theater concessions, there seemed to be this one kid that was being the royal pain in his parents' ass. Started out innocently enough. He wouldn't quit asking for Butterfinger bites or something, but the look on the dad's face suggested he'd been at it all day, and dreaded having to deal with his crap for another 90 minutes. Thankfully they got their stuff and left. Hubby and I were out to see Princess Mononoke. By the way, thank God for these Studio Ghibli fests. We got our food and made our way to the screen, and hell yeah, we were the only ones there. Pays off being in a small town that couldn't care less about such a movie. Hubby had never seen it, so I planned this 2 weeks in advance, and up to this point everything was going accordingly. The moment the opening narration ended, that kid and his dad waltzed in. Well shit. This was the movie they were seeing after all. This godforsaken twat kept spoiling it as it went along. We obviously weren't the only ones fed up with his bullshit, since his dad basically told him to piss off.
Piss is a frequent word in this, apparently.
The kid snapped and punched him in the balls, then sprinted off to evade what would have otherwise been a glorious ass beating. After making it to one of the side exits, he pulled the fire alarm, then bam, the movie stopped, lights flashed on, and we had to evacuate. I was so damn pissed my blood was vaporizing.
You know, that reminds me of a couple times where lightning hit the theater and it knocked the power out, and we were just sitting in the dark for a while until we realized, yeah, it's not coming back on. We have to get out of here.
But when all was said and done, the kid and his dad were at least kicked out. We returned to the screen, ready once more to root for our boy.
Oh, I'm psychic!
Ashitaka. When not even a minute later, the power went out. We got hit with a monsoon of a hailstorm so severe it killed the power and forced us back into the lobby. Yeah, at this point our evening was pretty much ruined.
2 words.
I mean, admittedly, there wasn't hail, but...
Racial profiling.
Fucking racist!
Racist? Okay. Was it as racist as this?
Is that... That's that robot guy. Forget his name, but, like, the one... Yeah, that's that robot guy. Like, that's the one who has talked about how the brony and furry fandoms have, like, racism problems and Nazi problems, which, given how I was treated, I kind of believe, honestly. Like, I openly identified as disabled, and they had no issue basically shutting me out and making it clear I was not welcome there. And I know trans hate's a big issue in the brony fandom. I can definitely link a video in the description. I advise you just check out anyway. It's a good video to prove that point. So, really stretch to think that people who are capable of that in this day and age are capable of hating people based on disability and stuff.
This tasteless joke you once told to my face?
Oh, come on, Rich.
Yeah. Why was I crying in the bath?
It was just a joke.
Because I got diarrhea and I thought it was melting.
Okay, I get it. But at
That is a legitimately shitty joke. Pun intended.
least I was just being humorous. You, on the other hand, were talking against a race.
That's for spoiling Endgame.
Okay. This Reddit thread is getting a lot darker than I thought it would.
Okay, so, hear me out on this one. It sounds totally outlandish, I know, but I swear to Christ himself I saw this happen.
And I know Christ, and if you know Christ, you can confer with him about
I
it.
was at GameStop, looking
It's pronounced GameStop in the Speakonia world.
around for Roblox gift cards with my little one's birthday coming up. There was a man and his kid over at the 3DS kiosk. He pleaded for him to buy one, but this amusingly out-of-touch dad told him he could get an NES instead. Lol. But anyway, the encounter really got tense once the kid pointed at his dad and shouted "Engage me" over and over again. Don't
Engage me in the GameStop. Engage me. Why don't you get me a ring before? Because I like a ring when I get engaged.
really know what his intent was. It was
And
just
seriously, NES is just obsolete anymore. You can just download a freaking emulator like JNES and get the ROMs online. Like, why spend money on a system when you could just use your desktop or laptop to get it that way?
the most odd rebuttal I'd ever heard. The dad didn't really give a shit and ignored his pleas. So, and again, swear on my life this happened as implausible as it sounds. The kid spontaneously grew into this hellish 500-foot beast and obliterated the store. Soon after he ran amok and destroyed half the city. I was lucky to even survive. I sound like a damned lunatic every time I recount the story, but this shit was like something straight out of Hulk.
As a GoAnimate watcher and reactor, I believe you, good sir.
Part of me believes this is what the government uses Area 51 to hide from us.
Freaking conspiracy theories about GoAnimate videos, I love it.
Boy, have I got a kicker for you. So my neighbors have this loathsome child. I think his name is
Hey Dad, what is all of this?
Kaylu,
What?
what the fuck are you doing here?
Chuck E. Cheese Kid 9000. That makes so much sense.
What is the meaning of this?
Get out. This is a private recording session.
Why are you saying all these mean things about me?
You shouldn't even be on Reddit to begin
Dad,
with.
I am very angry. How could you?
Boris. Is that you?
Yes, I'm the moderator of this thread. Got a problem with that?
Wise cock.
I was gonna say, is that Hinkle? Oh my gosh. And yeah, Boris, as a moderator, certainly sounds about right. A lot of them are toxic and have a major power trip.
Fucker here.
You ungrateful little bastard. My name is not
Cannon
cockfucker.
They both said it.
GoAnimate is dead, so you turn to Reddit to stroke your sick powered hungry ego.
Seriously, I'm psychic. That's like the second time I called exactly what they said.
Shit, all these posts are about different kids.
I can't believe you went behind my back.
It's not what it looks like. Now quit being an entitled little cunt and go to your room.
No.
The one time I do something for a pleasure,
No
you
more.
have to come.
That's it.
I don't like the way that this sentence is worded.
Fuck you, Dad.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Go
whoa,
to
whoa,
hell.
whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
have
whoa,
made
whoa,
me
whoa,
angry
whoa.
for the very last time.
How dare you defy me?
I'm gonna blow. Engage me. bitch.
And just where did you hear that from?
Dude, really?
Well, Dad, how about you come and engage me? Engage me. Engage me right now, you dense motherfucker. For the love of God.
That's it. You
For the love of God, I can, considering he sounds like frickin' Satan, yeah, I think we need some of that in our lives
are
now.
grounded for life.
You didn't give me a 3DS, and for that, I'll never forgive you.
Maybe it's because I don't have pockets as deep as your mom's sack.
What's so bad?
For fuck's sake, Boris, really?
Well, pizza. Huh, Dad?
Well, it's all you ever asked for, you inconsiderate little shit.
Please, me because of my different sense of taste. Yeah, that's
Cut
fair.
me some slack for giving you variety.
If it's variety you want...
God, that's so abusive. You should be grateful I give you variety, and that means I'm justified in beating you. Like, I know that this is meant as a parody, and I'm looking too deep into it, but come on.
How about we start with Chuck E. Cheese's?
You gave that Chucky mascot severe blood poisoning. We can't ever go back.
See, there you go again. And you wonder why I resisted such action.
Destroy one more fucking building and it's punishment day, you hear me?
I have a better idea. It's punishment day for you.
Proceed.
And you're receiving a one-way ticket to the deepest pits of hell.
Stop it right now.
Oh yeah, but Dad...
No.
Okay, this is my new favorite video. I hate Boris that much.
Would you like to try a burger made with plants?
Plants.
It's delicious, and I am a kid, so if
And let's end this off with a video about vegan patties. I feel like that's my response, or what it would be, if I hadn't seen enough Go Animate videos to where I kind of expect it.
What was that?
Me, Ash.
That was good. That was really good, Mike. Nice parody, and I suppose a good introduction. I don't think I'm going to react to Reddit videos as much, to be honest. As I said, like, I'm going to probably just provide, like, read the stories and provide commentary, but I definitely will react to the stories, I suppose. Like, as I said before, sometimes Reddit's just freaking illogical. Like, sometimes, like, in the YTA threads, they gang up on someone. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, I can totally understand where they're coming from. They're not the asshole. Stop saying they are. And it's like, sometimes, too, they're just, it's like, you're the asshole for not looking 50,000 steps ahead and preventing this situation. It's like, no one would think to do that, so you're being too unreasonably hard on them for that. And sometimes they have no sympathy. It's like, they just don't understand, like, yeah, maybe this person could handle it better, but, like, would you do, like, you know, they're driven, I don't know. I can't think of examples, but they exist. We'll probably find, as soon as I get to doing these videos, I think we'll see that. So, holy crap. How long was this video anyways? 18 minutes long reaction to, why is this? Okay, the video was 10 minutes long. I thought it was like 2 minutes long going in, and I stretched it out to 18 minutes. I'm like, wow, I really provided the commentary today.